Hello everyone, my name is nyaribo and this is my presentation about cell phone ban in schools. Today I'm here to talk about why mobile phones need to be banned in schools. Do you have kids? Well, how old are they? Personally, I have an 11-year-old and a 15-year-old. Both of them have cell phones. However, I do not allow them to take them to school even though it's allowed. My wife and I agreed on this a few years back, and we have so many reasons why. One of the major reasons why the use of mobile phones by school children should be banned is because it promotes cheating during exams. The mobile phones may provide good avenues for the children to cheat in exams and thus earn undeserved credits. Children use the taken pictures of the class notes, videos, text messaging, as well as wireless earbuds to gain access to materials that assist them during the exams. In my own opinion, I feel like we may not be able to gauge the extent a child has understood a concept because they will have cheated, which is not okay. In addition, plagiarism becomes a common problem that exists among students. After finishing high school, they are not ready to develop and create their own ideas. Students have boundless access to the internet, thus they simply copy and paste the suggested information. It brings harm to the students studying as they do not make any considerable effort to develop their own intellectual skills and build this in the process of learning. The second reason is because mobile phones usually lower the attention spans for most students. Students will be more distracted by cell phones and pay less attention to the teacher and the lesson. Often, many students will play on their phones and not pay attention to the teacher and the lesson that the teacher is giving. We all can agree that when you send a child to school, you want them to spend time learning and not on their cells. Students playing with their cell phones during classes are not learning anything that will help them with their career in their future. Children stop paying attention to the school assignment but talk over the phone all the time. The cell phones become children's opposition as they gradually begin to depend on their advanced technologies. On time, I was called in school because my 14-year-old boy Ryan just couldn't keep his cell phone tucked away. He was addicted to a certain video games. The official school board policy is cell phones are to remain turned off and put away and out of sight during school hours. If they are turned on or taken out, they are confiscated and the parent has to come and pick them up. Each time additional consequences are added. This may have been the reason why me and my wife came to the agreement that no phones are allowed in school for them. Because as we all know, teenagers can be quite handful and not to listen. We did understand warning him may not really serve its purpose because teenagers are still fairly mature to handle rigid rules. They are also do not think far ahead. The third reason is that cell phones can be used to invade people's privacy. In the photo above, students taking a picture in the class which is both disruptive and inappropriate. The picture can be used to bully the victim and such an act has already lowered the attention span of many other students in that class. When a cell phone rings or snaps in class, not only does it disrupt the class, but it also breaks everyone's concentration. School children with mobile phones tend to have a short span of attention in class due to various activities as servicing the internet, playing games, and texting. These children are also likely to cheat in exams by searching for answers through the internet or texting their colleagues for answers. Teachers also have a hard time teaching when a cell phone is constantly interrupting the class. Taking into account the average duration of a class, it is possible to conclude that each learner gets distracted at least 3 to 4 times. Consequently, much significant information is missed out owing to disruptions, leading to further misunderstanding of the topic or even the whole subject. Parents often cite the ability to easily reach their children as the major advantage of giving them a device, which they view as a safety issue. Giving a young child cell phone increases the likelihood that the child will either become a victim of bullying or bully themselves. According to research carried out by the Washington Post, it was discovered that more than half of the third grade bullies carried cell phones. It's quite unfortunate that this happens in schools and feels like no parent should ever get to know their child was bullied. Additionally, most of these kids fail to realize that the internet hardly forgets and so the bullying may have long-lasting impacts on both the victim and the bully. Of course, the teacher does not have a total control over each student and so bullying may continue. Some students may also stop coming to school if bullying gets too severe. To conclude, while a student may occasionally receive an important message during a class, majority of cases when learners check their cell phones are associated with checking updates and browsing social websites. Therefore, students should not be allowed to use these gadgets during the classes. Getting instructor leads to poor academic results and can prevent one from finding a good job in the future. Since research indicates that the level of anxiety increases when a cell phone is taken away for a short time, it is crucial to train students to be less independent on their device. Thank you. I hope you all see why cell phones use may not be the best idea in schools. Thank you.